You just need to look around to see how people are having a very difficult time in this job market finding a job, and that goes for not only people who are my age, but also people who are younger. Right? Kids coming out of college can't get jobs because those jobs are being replaced by AI. People in their 20s, 30s, 40s who lost their job. I'm looking all over LinkedIn, and I'm seeing things where people put hundreds, even thousands of resumes in only to get one or two or a handful of interviews, and those interviews go nowhere and they get ghosted. There's just story after story after story right now about that. So I posed a question on TikTok, and I'm going to play it for you right now so you can hear what it is. Hold on.
I'm 59 years old, and I am in the middle of reinventing myself. I never thought I would be doing that at this age, but here I am. I'm doing it. The way things work out in life, you don't expect it, and they happen to you, and so this is where I am. And I'm curious as to how many of you are 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, even older, who have found yourself in a situation where you said, I have to reinvent myself or perish. I think it's common now, the way corporate world works, with all the downsizing, the AI, the ageism, and everything that goes along with that people who never expected to be having to rediscover who they are, what they want, where they want to be, who they want to be, are doing it at a later stage in life, just when they thought they were maybe sailing into retirement. So I'm curious, are you a Gen Xer, a late stage millennial, or even a baby boomer who has suddenly found yourself in the middle of a life change you never expected? If so, what is it? Why did it happen? And what are you doing now? I'd like to hear from you. Thanks.
Okay, so I put that video out, and it just took off, right? It took off. So I put it out this morning, and as of actually this afternoon, I recorded it, put it out, no editing, no nothing. I mean, it's just a one take, put it out there. Like, I didn't script it, nothing like that. And boom, it's just a few hours later now, and I have just about 19,000 views on that TikTok, and just dozens and dozens and dozens of comments. A lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of plays. So obviously, this is resonating with people, right? I mean, that's how the algorithm works. It's, for whatever reason, it's resonating with people. And I think, obviously, if we're going to put two and two together, the reason is a lot of people are going through the same struggle that I just spoke to you about what I'm going through, right? And many, many other people are. And so I asked there in that video, I said, what are you going through this? Let me know, and let's talk about it, basically. And so I'm going to go through some of the comments right now, and I think it's fascinating because I think what they say is that we're all in the same boat. What's going on? There's not I think a lot of people who are 50s and 60s especially are getting pushed out, and they're not being welcomed back in a lot of places. So they're forced to make drastic changes in their careers and how they're approaching things and whatnot. And so let's read a couple of them. Gigi said, at 57, quit my corporate job last month. Not sure what I'm going to do, but I'll have to figure it out. I hated my job so much. That was no way to live. Peace in the Valley writes, canned from banking at 61. Now I'm a flight attendant. Oh my God. Flight attendant at 61. Can you imagine dealing with those people on the plane at 61 years old? That's like being a kindergarten teacher, but with people who could kick your ass.
I'm allowed to put my seat back. I'm allowed to put my seat back.
Good luck, Peace in the Valley. Nickname number 7 says, 49 and banging my head on the wall daily, trying to figure out what the hell to do. I took a job out of desperation, and it fills every waking moment with anxiety. Harwin Strong Nationalism says, gray divorce is awesome. It's not exactly what I was talking about, Harwin, but let's go with it. Gray divorce is awesome. Had a long marriage and raised a wonderful child that grew up into a lion. He went into college. My wife and I decided we'd had enough. No drama. She's happy. I'm happy. Kids happy. I mean, who can ask for more? You're happy. You're happy. Harwin, you're happy. I'm not happy, Harwin. I'm glad you're happy. So you can see a lot of people are going through it. But when it comes down to reinventing yourself, what is it? What does one do at 50, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65 years old. How do you just go about, like, in the middle of almost like checking out? Honestly, like, a lot of people are just ready to check out at this age. A lot of people are ready to, like, just sort of canoe into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? Have some pina coladas with little umbrellas in them. Kick your feet back, and watch the solar eclipse from your lounge chair. But obviously it can't happen for a lot of reasons. Isn't it in the old, in the Native American cultures, like the elder was really highly worshipped and looked upon for their wisdom, and that wisdom could be imparted on the rest of the tribe. Now, it's like, if you're over 25, they don't look at you as having wisdom. They look at you as a liability. Like, get this hey, boomer, who are these entitled little 22-year-old shits to walk around and say, hey, boomer? Like they know so much. I remember what it was like to be fucking 22, okay? I remember thinking I knew what the world was all about, and I was so smart, and I had it all put together. And the truth is, I had none of it. Everything I thought was wrong, it was bullshit. And I could tell you right now, with your distorted TikTok, Instagram, friggin' feeble minds, you don't have it figured out. You have a narrow view of what comes through your fucking feed as to what's real and what's not real, and what's true and what's not true, and what works and what doesn't work, but not the real truth, not the truth of living, not the truth of experiencing, not the truth of human contact. So I don't know, man. I'm just hanging out on a Saturday night, and because what else do I have to do? I'm not. What else do I have to do? By the way, this is how old I am. I'm. It's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go up and watch Fantasy Island. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how old I am.
Welcome, Fantasy Island.
The plane, boss. The plane. Boss.
You know what's sad? Like, it's like little Tattoo. He had a great career. Where's my career? Tattoo. He had everything going against him, right? He was a little person. He had a lisp. He had some disease. He was an immigrant. I'm sure he faced a lot of challenges, because he was an immigrant, a brown-skinned person, and he came to America. He was successful. And me, look at me. I'm on Saturday night. I'm here. Look, I'm here talking about my challenges. Just goes to show you, anybody can make it in America. Even a 3-foot tall immigrant who barely speaks the language. And anybody can make it, except me and my friends here on TikTok. We're all of us are saying we can't make it. I got to reinvent myself. Maybe I should reinvent myself as a little man actor for the Fantasy Island reboot. I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe I'll play Mr. Rourke. What is your fantasy? Well, Mr. Rourke, I want to come here. I want to make love to 17 different women in 17 days. Okay, that's your fantasy. I'll make it come true. And then, of course, the guy would go through his fantasy, and it was nothing like he had fantasized about. It turned out to be a big dilemma. It was a big moral dilemma for the person, and he wished at the end of it that he didn't have that fantasy. And then, of course, Mr. Rourke at the end of it goes, so, what did you learn from this fantasy? What did you learn from this fantasy? You see, maybe banging 17 women wasn't exactly the best thing for you.
Boss, do you think he's going to be okay?
Yes, that too. I think he learned his lesson. Anyway, that's my there's nothing like a Saturday night love boat, followed by Fantasy Island. That's living. That is living. And then you wake up on Sunday morning and watch Wonderama with Bob McAllister. This video's going nowhere. This video's going nowhere. I'm not even gonna ask you to like or subscribe or anything like that. I'm not gonna ask you to do it because there's no value here. Like, why, if I don't offer you any value, how in my right mind do I get to have the gumption to ask you to subscribe to my channel? Don't do it. I'm telling you not to subscribe. How's that? Unsubscribe. I don't deserve it. My reinventing myself is being so honest that I'm going to just tell you to just leave my universe and don't even support me. It's my Saturday night. God bless you all. And to all, a good night. No, I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot.